Welcome to today's live show. I want to dive in today on a couple of things. We are on November 1st. We have 2 full months till the end of the year. And I want to talk about what can transformation look like between now and December 31st. So I am Angela W. Stillwell. I am the CEO and founder of Untapped Strengths, and I work with individuals just like you to transform into top 1% leaders and teams into powerhouses. Right? So what am I talking about? This rapid transformation. What does it look like? How much can one get done? And here's the thing. Most of the time, people overestimate what they can do in a short period of time, and they underestimate what they can do over a longer period of time. However, and that still remains true in general. In general, if one is going about setting their goals the way that they typically do, right? So a lot of people will say that between now and the end of the year, I want to get X, Y, Z done, and they don't make the other provisions necessary in order to achieve that. All right. So what if though, we actually stepped 100% into our leadership? We stepped into our leadership. We looked at the 80-20 rule, right? Where is 80% of our productivity coming from? The 20%, right? And 80% of our problems are coming from, right, the 20% of the people. And so just looking at, what is it, Pareto's principle? I think that's what it's called. I think that's what the 80-20 rule is, Pareto's principle. So when you think about this, when you are really going after it, and I've mentioned this before, I've mentioned the 10x is easier than 2x by Dr. Benjamin Hardy and Dan Sullivan. And that 20 plus years ago, I started studying under Dan Sullivan in his strategic coach program. And one of the things that they talk about in this book, that 10x is easier than 2x, is that when you're going for 10x, and their 10x is different than like just 10 times multiplying whatever, a lot of people, when they speak to, we're going to do 10x our revenue, we're going to do 10x this, and this. What they're speaking to in this is that so often we look at just 2 timesing or going up by 10%. Here's the issue with that. When you are looking at increasing by 10% or doubling whatever, right? Maybe it's from a weight loss standpoint. Maybe it's from a productivity standpoint. Maybe it's from a revenue increase standpoint. When you are only looking at a 10% increase or looking to just double, there are lots of different ways to do that. However, when you zero in on 10xing, there's usually only 1 or 2 ways in order for you to accomplish that kind of a goal. And so what that does is it causes your brain to really zero in on and get super clear, gain tons of clarity, and get super focused on what those 1 or 2 ways of accomplishing that kind of a goal might be. And so what that does is your brain goes, oh, now I have clarity. I can actually come up with an answer for this, and I can focus in on it. Because here's the thing, anytime you pose a question to your brain, then it is just going to keep working and working and working until it gets the answer. And it's just going to keep going and going and going, right? So when you have lots of different alternatives out there, there's no clarity, there's no focus. And so your brain just keeps going and it keeps throwing different alternatives out there. Shiny object, squirrel brain. Any of you have that? Me, I'm one of those people. My ADD, ADHD kicks in and I'm like, all the shiny objects, I can do all the things. So I overestimate what I can get done because I'm looking at this whole wide array of things that I can do. Versus if there's 1 thing or 2 things that I get to really hone in on, then my brain goes, shoo. And if you have ADD or ADHD, like I do, then you know that you can get lost in and dive deep into and accomplish far more than one has ever even imagined. So, my challenge for you is, what is it that you're really wanting to do between now and the end of the year? So often people put off until New Year's resolutions and that sort of thing to start working on what is their next level. What is your next level now? And listen, I'm putting together a guide for high performers. I'm going to have that link available for you here soon. Be on the lookout for it. And I will put that out on all of the different platforms where you might be following me. And this is going out on LinkedIn, YouTube, and on Facebook. So if you're interested in getting a copy of that, just put me in the comments or send me a DM, and we'll be sure to get you that information, get you the link so that you can get that guide. It should be available probably by the end of this week. So I'm putting some finishing touches on it, getting some finishing touches put on that. And you guys got some great information in it. I can't wait to share it with you. So in the meantime, I want you to really think about, what is this big transformation you want to do between now and the end of the year? That's my challenge for you. What is the big transformation you want to do between now and the end of the year? Here's what I'd love for you to do. I'd love for you to DM me what that's going to be for you. What is that transformation that you're really wanting to go after between now, November 1st, and December 31st? What is that going to be? You can put it in the comments or you can DM me. And I want this to be something that stretches you. Like, what is that real stretch goal for you? Okay. So share that with me. Be on the lookout for the guidelines for getting through to your own breakthrough. That's coming out. Make sure you put me in the comments or send me a DM and we will get you that information. And yeah, stay tuned for more on all of this. I'm really diving in on this whole concept, and I'm doing another program with Dr. Benjamin Hardy, and between now and the end of the year. And so it really has me thinking, where do I get to really do my next level? And so I want to challenge you too. All right, that's it for today. Have a fantastic Wednesday. Today's kind of short. So yeah, plenty of time for you to think about, what is your transformation between now and the end of the year? And meanwhile, you can follow me on all the socials. My link tree is here on the screen. All the information is there, and eventually the guide will be there. But what I want you to do right now is put your me in the comments or send me a DM, and we will get you the information on the guide that will be complete this week. All right. You guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you next Wednesday with the weekly live show, and I'll see you in between now and then. All right. Have a great Wednesday. See you.